Hey, what's up guys? Chris, APS Power Washing. We just pulled up to this customer's house and it was a perfect time to make a video about the Flowtron Xero, the new high flow check valve that is going to be the last check valve that you ever have to buy. I posted a video about it yesterday or the day before and had a few questions, and people had a few questions, and like I said, I wanted to make a quick little video about it, kind of talk a little bit about it, but I also want to demonstrate. I normally don't do this, but I did mix up a batch and I actually added a fair amount of surfactant just so you can see when we're spraying the house that it is spraying soap. And then we have a bucket of rinse water, which we do anyways. Every time we're done with the injector, we always end up rinsing it out. But the purpose of this is when we're running the machine and we're pulling chemical and I let go of the trigger, with this drop stick in there, if it's bypassing any water, you're going to hear the unloader surging and you're going to see, you know, backflow water causing bubbles. Okay, so that's why we have these buckets down here so you can see real quick. But yeah, essentially this is just a much more heavy duty, high pressure, high flow check valve. I've been tired of buying $40, $50, $60 check valves and they last a week or two. It's kind of frustrating and it's been eating me alive. So for the last 2 years, all I've been doing is just thinking about it and how can I make it better. And yeah, one day it just kind of came to me and had the idea, put one together, and it's been working awesome ever since. Like I said, a few more weeks we should have the new light and seals in, and that will be the final piece, and then we can actually get these out, and anybody that's interested, we can sell you one. But hey, let me get set up here. We're still waiting on a little bit of water. Let me pull a little bit more hose and we'll get situated and we'll give you a demonstration. One thing I did want to mention about the Flowtron Xero here is it is full stainless. You have 3/16 stainless body, all the nipples, hardware. This is your adapter that goes over to your general pump. That little threaded piece you need. So yeah, everything's 3/16 or 304. This end cap is 304 stainless. Without giving you too much information as far as the gasket and the sizes and thicknesses and all of that, I do want to say that we've eliminated a lot of the headaches that come with the high flow injectors, being the spring. The spring is always collapsing, it's always corroding and breaking. The gasket, that's another issue. The surface area of a traditional ball and spring is minimal when you see how much gasket material or O-ring material is actually touching the ball bearing. It's not much at all, so it's constantly getting stuck and you're popping your hose off here and shoving something down in the end to break that ball loose. You're not going to have to worry about that ever again. The ball and the gasket is making about 5 times the amount of surface contact over a traditional O-ring. So it's just, it's so much beefier. It's so much heavier duty, thicker, beefier. Yeah, this is definitely hands down one of the best check valves that I've seen. Now let's go wash something. All right guys, we're gonna pull some soap here. We're gonna get this side soaped up and then we're gonna get it rinsed. So here's our soap. She is soaping. Go through. And let's back up and get that top. All right, we're gonna lay the gun down. We're gonna go check the bucket, see if we have any bubbles. No bubbles, that bypass is working. All right guys, we just flipped it back to soap. We're gonna get the front side of this house soaked, and then we'll check the bucket, make sure it's not failing. There's our soap, let's get it soaked. Boy, it got windy quick. All right, let's go check the bucket, make sure it's not backflowing any pressure. And I don't see any bubbles in there. So it is not backflowing. The check valve is holding exactly as I said it would. All right guys, one more time. We're gonna flip it to soap. All right. And we're gonna come over here and we're going to apply the soap. And you hear my unloader going crazy because my bypass valve, one of my quick links, my O-rings, has failed, and I just haven't decided to change it yet. Getting ready to put our remote system on, so I've been procrastinating. But here we go. We're gonna wait until we get some soap. I have 150 feet of hose on, 6.5 gallon a minute machine. There's our soap. Pellet soap. We're just gonna fan this whole side as much as possible. Does have some oxidation, so I'm not trying to do an oxidation removal on this property. So we're gonna fan as much as we can, as high as we can. That. And then we'll put it on the shooter just to hit those fascias. Let's just switch this to shooter right now. All right, now we're gonna go back, and since we're done, we're gonna put the drop stick into the clean water to rinse it out. Just like you should with any check valve or injector. But as you can see, there's no air bubbles, okay? It is working. That gasket, that seal is not going to fail anytime soon. Again, it has 4 times the amount of surface area making contact over a traditional O-ring. This thing is beefy. I am going to do a video breakdown of the parts and components the next few days. I just don't want to give too much of the specifics and the measurements and the weights out. But we have another video coming for you guys, explaining it in depth a little bit more. All right, and there you have it, guys. Complete house wash, about 45 minutes. It is looking very nice. We've done this house before, actually, about 2 years ago, I think. So it's more of a maintenance clean, so it went a lot faster. But it is finished, and guess what? Our Flowtron Xero held up. Again, we showed you the bucket test, the soap test, because if this seal fails, it pushes that water back into the system and would be making bubbles in the bottom of the bucket, especially this one when it's in the house wash mix. I added extra surfactant, which I don't normally do. But yes, this thing is beefy and worked absolutely flawless. So again, if you want to know any more information about it, I am going to be dropping a video going in depth a little bit more. I'll actually be sitting down and we'll tear it apart and we'll just go over a few of the things, but I will not be giving out any of the weights, specs, thicknesses. Yeah. So, hey, stay tuned.